Neomorph vs Xenomorph, the fight on everyone's lips. While you might be surprised to know that, this fight actually exists as a deleted scene for Alien Covenant. Why they didn't include it in the final cut of the movie is unknown. According to people close to the set, the scene originally featured when Daniels, fake Walter and Lope are running towards the lander, which Tennessee boarded to rescue the surviving crew. In the movie, the last Neomorph was killed shortly after David attempted to tame it, with the newly born Xenomorph chasing down Daniels and Lope, attaching itself to the lander. However, originally, the Neomorph was going to be the one chasing Daniels and Lope, and during that chase scene, the Xenomorph would have revealed itself, attacking the Neomorph and asserting itself as the dominant alien lifeform. The scene was meant to convey just how much larger and nastier the Xenomorph was, compared to the already aggressive Neomorph. But according to the production crew, the scene kept encountering issues, mainly due to the practical suits the actors wore during the battle sequence. So I guess it wasn't all CGI. Apparently, the spikes on the back of the Neomorph suit kept catching on the elongated head crest, causing all kinds of wardrobe and technical issues. Ultimately, the scene wasn't included, or even completed, and it's not certain if it will ever be included in a future director's cut, but there must be at least some sort of unfinished footage out there. Which brings us again to the question, who would win in a fight, the Neomorph or the Xenomorph? I guess a good starting point would be to compare their biology. Well, for starters, the Neomorph appears to have thinner skin, in comparison to the tough biomechanical shell of the Xenomorph. However, both species are not immune to bullets, as we've seen examples of both the Neomorph and Xenomorph die from gunfire. But in a one-on-one fight, the Xenomorph's tough shell would probably give it an advantage. The second advantage the Xeno possesses is the extendable jaw, which is capable of shooting from the mouth like a piston, and it's been shown to smash through bone and metal. In fact, a common tactic used by the creature is to restrain the victim using its hands, to immobilize before killing them with a precision jaw strike to the head, an attack known as head bite. The Neomorph possesses a jaw which can be unhinged, much like a snake, but it's not certain how it would fare against the tough outer shell of the Xeno. Xenomorphs have segmented tails, usually containing a blade on the tip. The sharp tip varies from a small, scorpion-like barb to a larger, flat blade. Despite their seemingly flimsy physical construction, the creature's tail makes for an incredibly potent weapon, strong enough to impale and lift a predator from the floor with seemingly little effort. The tails have been used variously as stabbing, slashing, and blunt force trauma weapons. The Neomorph's tail seems to be more fleshy, with only the tip containing a spike. The Xenomorph possesses several dorsal tubes on its back, typically consisting of two pairs, a larger upper pair and a smaller lower pair, and sometimes a fifth, sharper spine in the center, below the base of the head. The exact purpose of these tubes is unclear, but they would definitely repel any attack from behind. The Neomorph usually lacks these features. The Xenomorphs are quite capable of running and crawling along ceilings and walls, and are expert jumpers. They possess great physical strength, having been known to break through metal vent covers and welded steel doors with little effort, and have even broken down pressurized doors over time. The large clawed talons are more than capable of tearing humans apart, while their primary jaws are capable of producing a bite strength estimated at 6,000 psi. I'm guessing the Neomorph's bite strength is just as powerful, as it was able to decapitate a head using its jaws. Xenomorphs do not radiate heat, and their body heat matches the ambient temperature of the environment in which they are found. Adverse extremes of temperature appear to have little, if any, effect on their physical prowess. In fact, physiologically, they're incredibly hard creatures. Aside from being unaffected by temperature extremes that would quickly incapacitate or kill a human, they're capable of surviving in the hard vacuum of space, at least for a limited period of time. I don't think the same could be said for the Neomorph. In order to succeed in their attack on enemy human vessels, the Rage equipped attacking Xenomorphs with breathing apparatus, suggesting that the creatures do require some form of atmosphere to survive for extended periods in space. The runner alien featured in Alien 3 was even known to survive several tons of molten lead being poured onto it. Xenomorph blood is an extremely potent and concentrated molecular acid that can corrode on contact almost any substance with alarming speed. It's dull yellowish green in color. The blood is in fact a component in a biological battery that provides the creature with their energy and seems to be pressurized inside the body so that it spurts out when wounded. As a defensive measure, this blood can prove incredibly problematic when encountering Xenomorphs aboard a starship, as using traditional firearms or explosives to attack the creature will potentially cause its blood to leak out in sufficient quantity to eat through the hull of the ship. As for the Neomorphs, their blood doesn't seem to be acidic at all, at most mildly acidic like Ripley 8 from Alien Resurrection. So judging by all this info, I believe it's safe to say the Neomorph would have his ass whooped. But let's not forget that the Neomorph is much more formidable and dangerous upon birthing, whereas the Xenomorph has to run and hide somewhere until it becomes an adult. So what do you think? Who would win in a fight? Please let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Make sure you click the bell icon to turn on notifications. Also, please check out my other videos. I'll see you later.